Welcome everybody, here's your Strategy Wolf, and welcome back to Strategic Command. World War 1, the Empires in Turmoil DLC, and the Shadow of the Tsar scenario. We are playing the Reds versus the Whites, and we are playing versus Balthazor Strategic Arcana. Just quick heads up, this is the first production after you guys' feedback came in after my reinstall and so forth, and it was apparently a bit loud, the music. I changed some settings, I did run some tests. The leveling out is really tricky sometimes. I hope this one's gonna work well. Right now actually the mic is like a little bit overdosed. Maybe it's gonna slow a bit down. Yeah, let me know how it feels for you, if it's turned better or not. I hope I can keep the settings. This is always a thing when you have to reinstall or stuff. It's really annoying. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Just about this little technical disclaimer. Apart from this, we should be in the 40th of turn of our side. It's December or even January, I'm not sure yet. It should be either the last turn of December 1920, or the first turn on January 1921. We shall see how it goes. As you remember correctly, we were pushing in the north, taking Tallinn. Oh, yeah. Whilst, of course, Moscow was also under siege. So the thing is, and we transferred the first troops direction Moscow, but our fighting spirit was so low, so we really like... yeah, probably not going to prevail much longer, but if we prevail at least one more turn, we at least made it for my... Yeah, not I wouldn't have said this in the beginning of the campaign, but right now I would say... Oh god, our poor HQs here being killed off, that's so sad, yeah. Yeah, well, I have the extremely strong feeling that this is going to be very soon the end here. Since I don't know whether this is gonna very nicely done by the enemy. Yeah, there's no chance we're gonna relieve Moscow, I think. But I will try my best. What if we survive this turn? What we can say is that we've made it into at least in the third year of the conflict. I mean, from the red side was probably preferred. It's still a humiliation, if you want so. Sure and destroyed, yeah. But what am I supposed to do? Just these masters, yeah, what am I supposed to do anymore? We have a couple of reinforcements, but we can't even bring them down in Moscow anymore. That's the tragic situation, the biggest problem, yeah. And now they're taking out the HQs, that's really simply bad. Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Let's try to take Riga at least. Maybe this will at least help us. There we go. Mini success for us over here. That was unnecessary. Probably we're gonna see actually now the Latvians surrender. And as a consequence, freeing up these troops, but yeah. Take out these boys, it's ridiculous. Ah. But where's freed Yoo-hoo? We can't make it to take out this one. Yeah, this is what it is. Here we can just quickly dig in. Yeah, guys, I think giving... Yeah, 0%. I think this is the last turn for us. And we're last... with the turn of... He just needs to kill off something and that's it. But, yeah. I mean, we're trying our best. I can't say that I'm extremely disappointed. Sure, I am. I expect that this is like the worst match of Strategic Command I'm playing so far, I think. At least with... But also I'm playing probably one of the strongest opponents I know. From the ones I know. I know there's stronger ones out there, but he did a perfectly nice job over here. Nah. Can't even operate these boys out, you know. Yeah, but at some point it's steamrolled, and maybe I'm gonna take more. I guess we're not gonna have another turn. Maybe I'm doing a strategy video overview. I really loved the scenario so far, but it went a little bit fast, and I feel like I had nothing to do, even if Balthazor and others told me that I have more ground to give up, but the moment we lost control down here, we had such a collapse in our MPP. We just have so many right now because of the surrender of Estonia, that I have really no clue how this would work. That you have the chance to have a comeback. Yeah, he played it better for sure. There's nothing to discuss about that one. Way better. Now we can set at least another unit up, right? Not even that. Not even that. Yeah, here's Svelnikov. It doesn't even make sense to upgrade here anymore. And maybe it does. We have to try what we can and then bring in what we have. Yeah, just over here, I guess. Oh, wow, here. I can even set up troops. That's interesting. Next to Tver. Okay, this is helpful. Would be helpful next turn. And yeah, we're a little bit too late. That's simply how it is. I can't really add anything else. I mean, maybe I should have done a more consequent retreat here and left less troops behind, but just this is overwhelming, you know. Still looking at the reports, the Southern Whites out, even if the Poles are out, they have more troops. And that's where I'm really struggling to see how, I mean, focus would have been for sure better. I should have focused, maybe given up the East, or yeah, tried to push everything on either the Urals or the North and Western Whites here, but the South was just a tragedy. I didn't know well about the Poles, that was stupid. And heavily underestimated them. But here the collapse, okay, I lost unnecessary troops with the surrender also of the Machno Whites that basically dropped the entire army down here, the Bujoni's army. But I think it was very tough around here and kind of a trench warfare, and then suddenly he took out a couple of our troops and then he just steamrolled over me in a short time. Maybe because it happened at the same time with the disaster here in Ukraine. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to really say what I could have done, because you definitely cannot give up this area here, or like here these mines and these cities, Kharkov, they all brings massive MPP, and this was what was breaking my neck. I think if I could have fielded a couple more units, I don't know, maybe more chances. Just take it. I don't know, maybe with some wonder I have another turn, so let's just buy what we can, but I mean, this is a substantial army suddenly around Tver, but the 0% fighting spirit, and he will take Moscow, I'm quite sure about that one. The HQ is falling, I mean, supply is bad, he has to man all these partisan, that's a big trouble actually for the enemy, but still. Yeah. I don't see a big chance for a comeback here, and even the Brits will survive longer. That's the biggest tragedy. I don't know. I also thought they were leaving for sure in 1920. I'm really surprised by this because I most certainly thought I read about it, but let's see. With a little bit of luck, we're gonna get a fighting spirit boost here from taking Riga back, but I also doubt that since we got a loss when and Moscow, you know. Anyways, let's see. They're not even surrendering. There we go. Bolshevik surrender. We didn't make it into 21. What a disaster. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, there's not so much more to say. I just said it already. Decisive victory for the Whites, humiliation for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't find the... I did never expected a decisive one. I thought we can stop it somewhere, but like I said, I don't know if I made a mismanagement once I failed. Once I should have been more consequent. Once I saw our shortcomings. What the hell? The goddamn Brits are always still around. Look at these numbers. Boah. Yeah. Actually, it's not that many. Like, I underestimated the Poles. I think the fighting versus the Poles was a stupid idea. Yeah, I did definitely. Once again, I did a couple of things, but now it doesn't even look that terrible. I really don't know where I made my main mistakes, apart from that we all talked about several times now, the focus situation, surely. But yeah, this is devastating. It kills my mood for today. Oh. But we had a good time and was very interesting. And yeah, I don't. We will come back probably if we do a replay. He will demolish me as the Reds and show you guys how to do it. I don't know. I thought it was on par after the Mexico scenario that we have the same, but he definitely knows. He's playing all your master players here with his big campaign. Of course, he's learning tons of stuff. So I know no, this is just not any complaints. This is just me pulling my imaginary hat, and yeah, and short-term disappointment I'm expressing right now. Since I hoped I could pull this a little bit longer and this we didn't collapse so quickly. I have no idea why they were so strong and superior in some ways. Is it the Denikin rep? What? Denikin is so bad? We had the better commanders? What? The enemy did no command and control also. Interesting. No infantry warfare? I hear with the Southern Whites maybe. Wow. But all of them on level 2 infantry weapons. So maybe this is just such... I maybe put a wrong focus. Well, who knows. Tank? The enemy had tanks, didn't he? This is the Southern Whites. I don't know. Maybe I should have bought more units. This is something I think I should have bought more units. But still, yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell and this is a very like, of course it's a very one-sided theory, and I still blame it a little bit, and this is of course a bad excuse. Some lucky situations where the enemy managed to take out, for example, like these situations I feel like I had so many where I couldn't take out ones at level 1, and then here where they were just like able to surround us more often, interrupt, and I maybe was too stuck on my positions and so forth. I don't know, but I feel like I think. But this is also once again just yeah. Well, we can say the enemy didn't take Moscow, and I can't even say last word to OCB. Yeah, I don't know. When I'm lost my control. What I'm thinking, I think the decisive victory for the enemy does do me wrong actually, since I feel like I didn't play this terribly, but I got punished so hard. But I think, yeah, I don't know how, and also it's fantastic scenario, but I don't know how perfectly balanced the scenario conditions are. In the end, I don't care because I'm not playing, when I'm playing this game, of course, I look at the victory conditions as I did before, and you have them in your background, but in the end, you just play for victory, right? And then I don't care if it's minor or something or like that much. Of course, at some point you should, but yeah. These Ukrainians also managed to be so successful. I always thought there were more units. The enemy... It was the Poles, right? I don't know. I can't really fully explain everything for me. The enemy was just, he did for sure operationally better in the management of some things, but our such a collapse I wasn't expecting, and this was way faster than expected at the end. Yeah, that the enemy could march up. Yeah, and I think once again, like this is maybe something just maybe it would make sense to also center some more MPP around Moscow just for the scenario design. Just one of my ideas, because yeah, sure, you potentially and probably historically you have the wiggle room to give up a lot of room, but since you're in the south, you have Kiev, you have Kharkov, you have the mines, they have Tsaritsyn, there is not too much, and then you have all these cities, and then yeah, as you saw, that my income dropped so hardcore okay, here was the collapse in, I guess, in late spring of 20, and here these losses here. This was the catastrophe that I could never. You can't really afford this, and this is just consequent losses of the retreat and getting butchered. But this was looking really good until here. Wow. Probably you see that, and there you see the same with the southern whites. This insane increase here, suddenly no losses anymore. Yeah, come on. It was this. Thank you for the game, Balthazar. It was always a pleasure, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a rematch or something, a new project together again. I'm very honored to have the chance to play him, and also very honored for your consistent and very helpful and nice advice, criticism, and so forth. Even sometimes I missed a date, sometimes not all the technical setup was perfect, but I really appreciate you being there and telling me all this stuff, and I'm learning. Since, as you noticed, I'm not so good in obviously reading all the rule books every single time in detail. Yeah, but I'll improve. I'll get better if my frustration level is hopefully also getting higher. Yeah, but I would like to see more of this scenario and would like to see more of this game. Anyhow, I hope you liked it, and you can obviously let me know something in the comments if you want. I don't know if I'm going to do a summary, a strategy summary, because we talked so much about it already. Maybe you can let me down in the comments if you want to see something specific. I can get like old saves or maybe screenshots from the old one. I don't know. Just in the next weeks, I'm apart from YouTube quite busy myself. That's kind of shouldn't be starting instead a strategy analysis, but maybe a little bit with some distance in between the game and now. Yeah, anyways, you let me know, and if you badly want to see something, just keep on posting. At some point I might get weak. Apart from this, once again, thank you so much for your support and help and all the time you spent commenting and watching. And of course, if you're still here and you still haven't left me a like and subscription, I don't know what's wrong with you anymore. I can't. No pressure. It might be a feasible and reasonable lifestyle, but come on, it doesn't cost you anything. And I sit here for hours and do stuff. So it would be simply fantastic. And of course, also for Balthazar. Then enjoy your free time when you don't see such a regular updates from me at the moment. However, of course, there will be something at some point soon, hopefully. And yeah, in the meantime, check out my other Let's Plays. Use your time. Also, maybe the games you don't know. It would be fantastic if you give them a look. There's some of my Let's Plays that I love, but they don't have too many viewers, so it would be lovely. If not, then not. And then most importantly, see you back at some point in my future videos, hopefully, or whenever you decide to join me again. Thank you so much for being here, and then most importantly, see you next time in the next episode or the next Let's Play, rather saying, and when we are gonna be hopefully successful again. Thanks for watching. See you then. Bye. Your Strategy Wolf.